everyone. Welcome to another episode of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostgeeks. We have our wonderful players tonight, as usual, Chase and Em playing Haskell and Quill, or Tranquility. And we have Ian and Matt playing Goliath Brothers, Moon Eye, and Stew Drinker. Last time on... I don't want to recap yet. I need to do our little normal scripty stuff. So, sorry, I was still pulling all of that up. We are using Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition by Wizards of the Coast, and we're playing through their module, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. We are, this is unsponsored fan content, and we are also using the Rime of the Frostmaiden bundle over on Roll20 for a lot of our maps and tokens and things like that. So go check it out. We do tonight have our hero points and our blessings and everything back online, so feel free to dish those out as you will, whether you want to give out hero points and help these wonderful characters, or give out villain points and make the bad guys a little stronger and scarier. You can do all of those fun things and more. We also have an item bag backup, so feel free to gift potentially useful items as you see fit. I think I got that all. Okay. Now, last time on Rime of the Frostgeeks, the group sat down for story time with Ronaldo, a friendly halfling they met in East Haven, who was eager to hear their tales and swap a few of his own. They each shared memories from their past lives, and we got a peek into little explanations of why they are the way they are, what makes these people tick for various reasons, for better and for worse. Now they are ready to track down the Dwergar at the East Haven Ferry and report back to the Knights of the Black Sword. Then they aim to clear out a cave full of corrupted warriors to earn the respect and favor of Oyamenartok and her tribe of polar werebears. And that is where we're picking up. You guys went to bed in the White Lady Inn after sharing stories with Ronaldo, as I said, and also hassling Quill a little bit about her little crush on Avarice, and everyone vowed to help her out, be her 3 wingmen, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
And so the night passes peacefully. Ronaldo covered your stay for tonight and your food and drink. So, very kind of him. And it's a new day. You're all feeling probably a bit more chipper and rested now that you've had a good night's sleep that was in a nice warm bed, not even outside in the snow, but in a cozy inn. So, what are you guys doing to start off this new day?
Man.
Since everything happened last night with everyone teasing her, Quill is going to be laying in bed for a moment, talking herself up before rolling over, reaching down and digging in her pack and pulling out that stone that had been slipped into her bag. And she'll hold it for a second, not sure if she should call Avarice or not. And then she's gonna go ahead and try and tap into it. It's magic.
Yeah, so this is a sending stone, which basically allows you to cast the sending spell. So the length of the message is limited, but it goes, to the corresponding stone on the other end, basically. Oh, hang on 1 second while you come up with your message, because there's blessings and items and all kinds of awesome things pouring in. So really quick, I'll announce the random blessings that we gifted from our wonderful Patreons and subscribers. We have a minor blessing of I keep saying blessing, Charm of the Star to Quill, and the Charm of Luck to Stew Drinker. We also had a big fat major blessing to Moon Eye, coming in the form of a Charm of Fire. So a small lava rock grows on your bracelet, Moon Eye. And then I believe Haskell got
I just got a
well.
minor blessing.
Okay, well, let's see what Haskell gets.
While you're rolling it, chat also asked for a Haskell fact.
Okay.
and a chase fact, which I won't always give, but I'm feeling generous today. So, a random fact about Haskell is at one point in his life, he was wealthy and he gave it all up willingly because he had a vision that it's what a god wanted him to do. And then a fact about Chase, we were just talking about this. I love black licorice, and I don't think many people do, but I've always liked it.
And for those lovely facts, you get a tiny little rune-etched heart growing on your charm bracelet. You've got the charm of the heart today.
Is that the animal one? No, it's
No.
not. Dang it.
That one is the charm of the animal.
Oh, that's right. That makes sense.
No Annabelle today unless you get another blessing.
Shucks.
Okay. Oh, I guess I should check in. Are all of you happy and content with your blessings? Because you can re-roll once if you would like.
I'm good.
I will take it.
Okay, very good. And then we've got a bowl of, well, not a bowl. We've got a little. As you wake up, Quill, you see there's a little thermos next to your bed.
Oh, wonderful.
It's got that like familiar little charm to it that feels very Chwinga. And you have you gotten Stew Drinker's favorite stew before?
I have personally never gotten it. No.
Okay.
Or
Well,
received
perhaps
it.
you've seen it. Anyway, you've got yourself a little tiny thing of stew, and mechanically it will give you resistance to cold damage. 5 damage resistance to cold damage for 1 minute when you drink it.
Okay.
Because it's just so darn good.
It's so tasty.
It warms you to your soul. Just like Stew Drinker's smile.
It's so true, though.
Okay, I think I've got everything covered. We'll check back in with chat in a minute. But what are you sending?
On fire.
Yeah, what are you sending to Avarice?
She will basically send Avarice. I've reached. Oh gosh, what's the town called that we're in?
East Haven.
I've reached East Haven. Found your wizard friend. He is dead.
Nice ending.
LOL, sorry.
She got nervous, okay?
He's dead. And then like the typing, there's like the typing bubbles, and then they just stop. You're like, no, that's enough. You get a response. I think sending's only. Oh, I guess. Oh, send a short message of 25 words or less. I'm not going to count my words, but you get. So you found you told her that you found the wizard and he's dead. And anything else? Just that you made it.
No, we made it here.
Okay. She says, "Not a friend." Glad to hear it. What did you learn? Question mark. Also, and then Dwergar? Question mark.
We've got a lead on the Dwergar. I'm looking up on that later. And then there's like a long pause, and then how are you today? It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. I'm cringing out of my skin over here.
Quill needed the charm of smooth talking.
Yes, she did.
That's called Haskell.
How are you today?
How are you today?
She says, what does she say? She says, Thub is easy. What else? You're very quaint.
And she's gonna like throw her stone back into her bag. Quaint? What does that even mean? And she'll leave that on red.
Gotta go show the text messages to your friend.
Basically.
What do you think she meant by this? And she put a period at the end, not an exclamation point. What do you think that means?
So yeah, she'll grab her bag and the stew and she'll head downstairs.
Wonderful. What's everyone else doing this morning?
Eating and sitting down in the tavern area and people watching, not subtly.
Haskell's favorite activity.
Mm-hmm.
Making people feel uncomfortable. Okay. What about my two Goliath friends?
Stew Drinker probably joins Haskell in this. Maybe with just a little more like admiration in his eyes after learning of how Haskell dispatched of that alien enemy in the story the night before.
He's gonna ask how he dispatched of them?
Oh no, he just has this a greater look of admiration after having heard about Haskell's victory over this alien enemy.
Haskell gets real solemn and like frowns for a minute and then kind of shrugs it off. Oh, yes, of course. It was nothing. Just some simple creatures picking a fight with the wrong person.
Glad I have you on my side.
Look at that person over there. Do you think they chose to have that facial hair? Or do you think half of it got mauled off by a badger? He's saying it real loud.
Oh my gosh. I don't gosh. This person who apparently has really bad facial hair, or at least according to Haskell, glares over at you, and then glances at Stew Drinker, thinks better of it, and goes back to his breakfast.
He's gonna giggle. You're good for people watching.
So are you.
I'm good at people watching. He's just gonna sit back and keep commentating on people.
What's Moon Eye doing?
Moon Knight's gotten up early to go out onto the ice and watch the sunrise and do some meditation and just get away from these many buildings and all these beings.
Yes.
And then once the sun is done and think that they are probably gotten up, come back into the tavern and have a light bite of whatever they're eating.
It's we'll say it's it's smoked knucklehead trout and biscuits.
Always knucklehead trout.
Always. You will
Yes,
never
but
escape
this time-
the knucklehead trout.
This time it is smoked, not stewed.
That's true. They're getting
Variety
creative.
is the spice of life.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys see Ronaldo head down to he waves cordially at each of you and engages with some other folks. You see him kind of take up a familiar conversation. He starts asking them about where they've come from and what stories they might know and that kind of thing. So where to first? You guys head outside to go toward the ferry?
Yeah, that seems probably the best way to go. On the way, I'll nudge Stew Drinker. Stew, the Chwingas left something in my room that I think was meant for you.
Oh. Well, I have to ask, have you had this before?
No, I have not. But I think it is appropriate that it goes to you, my friend.
I think we should share it if you've never had it before, because it is amazing.
Only if you insist.
I insist completely.
She'll go ahead and pour herself out a little half cup full and then hand the entire rest of the thermos over to Stew Drinker, knowing that it's gonna be he's gonna just pound it as fast as she finishes this one little bit here.
Okay.
She'll. Mmm. Mmm. Is
Stew
that
drinker
fish?
will just shot glass it. Boom.
It's
Ah.
delicious.
Wonderful.
What is in Stew Drinker's favorite homemade stew?
Well, in this case, I can imagine it's a mixture of sort of like heartier meats. In this case, maybe bear or moose, as well as some carrots and potato thrown in late enough so that they're tender, but not so late that it just thickens the stew.
That sounds very
Sounds
yummy.
delicious.
Okay. So you guys both feel invigorated with this stew. And it really does kind of warm you to your very core. And in fact, Quill, that familiar presence in the back of your mind sort of like you get this impression of like disgust, like scoffing. Not enough to like push it away, but just like it seems counter to that presence, you know?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys head outside and you see, once again, kind of reminiscent of when you came into town in the first place, a steady flow of people toward town hall. Not as pressing as the crowd from last night, but it does seem like there's some sort of activity over toward town hall. You also get directions from, I assume, like the innkeeper or somebody, and they'll tell you where the ferry is located, which I will point out on the map as well. So you guys are here at the White Lady Inn, and the ferry stop or ferry station is at the end of this dock here.
Do we have Quill's Yeti tyke with us?
Yeah, and actually, I kind of blanked on that yesterday, but people don't seem pleased at the sight of a small monster.
Oh, I'm ignoring all of them. I'm displeased with the fact that they sacrificed their friends.
Well,
so we can all be displeased with each other.
Everyone is dissatisfied. Happy. But yeah, I mean, walking around with a small Yeti and a creepy looking halfling and 2 Goliaths, people are not bothering you about it. Anyone who does kind of look bothered they think the better of it and decide to just move along. But people do indeed give you a wide berth for many various reasons.
Perfect. That's exactly how I want my strangers to be, intimidated by our very presence.
Okay, so are you heading toward the ferry or toward town hall?
I'm following Quill.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Haskell told you he's helping you fulfill a purpose now.
That's true.
We're friends now.
She'll turn to Moon Eye because Moon Eye is the wisest of the people that she knows. Sorry, Haskell.
You can pretend it's okay.
Where do you think the best place for us to start is?
Well, we promised that we would find these Dwergar and they are to be in the ferry. Is that correct?
That sounds correct to me.
I would say we should start there. Unless you think that there is some involvement with the city directly.
No, you are right. Let us go there.
So off to the ferry?
Off to the ferry.
Okay. The ferry the dock is fairly abandoned. As you've been told, the ferry service shut down when the lake froze over, and there didn't seem to be a thaw date anytime soon. So it's been and then the rest of the boats along this dock seem to be small fishing vessels and things like that. It looks like overall not a lot of activity is here, as the boats have been frozen into the lake. So no one really bothers you, and you head toward the ferry at the end, and it looks dark and quiet. And actually, I'll grab your tokens and we can move over to a new map. But maybe maybe you guys tell me how you are approaching the ferry.
Proudly
Great.
Are we?
glaring at people, but yeah.
Okay.
How high off the ice is the deck of the ferry? Could Stew Drinker and I easily climb up onto it from the ice?
Oh, also Haskell, just FYI, I haven't moved you guys over, but I put light on you because I kind of have figured I'm working off the assumption that if you go outside and it's kind of dark, you're going to put light on your drum.
Yeah. I will have light unless I tell you otherwise.
Okay. Oh, and I guess Moon Eye, you do have your charm of fire.
Yes.
So would you like to bless someone's weapon?
Yes, I'll put the minor blessing on Stew Drinker's weapon.
Okay. So that means Stew
Thank you,
Drinker
brother.
will also have some light. I don't know why my music keeps pausing up. That's okay. Okay, let me give Stew Drinker some light. The boat is probably about, I don't know, how tall are boats usually? Like 10 feet from the ice, the surface of the ice.
Okay, so it's riding high.
Yeah. Right. But you could probably find a way to clamber up the side if you would like.
Mm-hmm.
Should we approach with care, Lunai?
What are we
think
afraid
should.
of?
May I remind you that the last time we dealt with these beings, they surprised us from invisibility?
Just send Stew Drinker in there. He's unkillable.
This is not true.
I've seen him take some pretty serious hits. I don't think we should rule it out.
Thank you.
Small things may die. It is the way.
Yes, of course I was not being literal. Very well. I can also scout ahead if you would like.
I do not think that you are the best one to scout ahead, my friend.
I can literally turn my skin invisible, Quill.
But
And
can
everything
you
else on
see
me.
where you are going?
I suppose you are right.
With Haskell's vote of confidence, Stew Drinker will start moving forward, just emboldened, maybe a little cocky.
What if I just make a scene and draw them out here? If they want to fight, then Stew Drinker can fight them. If they don't, then we'll deal with it that way.
Well, it appears that my brother has already decided to engage.
Very good. Then should I bring them out? He's gonna gesture at his drum. Okay. Haskell's gonna start banging on his drum. Hello, is anyone here on this ferry, or whatever you want to call it? If you're hiding in the shadows, just show yourselves. Let's skip the intrigue.
The ice groans and crackles in response.
Haskell's gonna start walking up with Stew Drinker. Let us get closer. He's gonna be banging his drum as he walks forward. He'll be playing a nice little tune, like a marching beat.
Well, Quill, I suppose we are going forward then.
Have you met my friend Stew Drinker? He makes quite a good stew. He eats it better, though.
There's a little like gate, more like just kind of a rope tied off on the gangplank that just says out of service. There's just a small, painted sign that squeaks in the cold breeze.
And there's no response to his drumming and his calling.
Mm-mm.
All right, we're going to come on your boat. Nobody is stopping us, so we are going to board. Nobody get upset about it, as nobody stopped us.
So you're just stepping over the little rope then?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll let Stew Drinker go first, and then once he's all the way across, then I'll go across.
Yeah, then you can claim, well, I had to go get my friend. Wasn't my fault. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. You step onto the boat. It kind of, the wood, groans and squeaks a bit as you step on. And you see bits of ice and frost covering the ship. It is in disrepair, as you might imagine, from not being used for many, many moons now.
Well, you think this is what Vinny's boat looked like?
No. I imagine that Vinny's boat had far more fishing apparatuses.
I always pictured his boat was not very nice. I don't know why. He just didn't strike me as one to own a nice boat.
I will write him a letter and tell him of such.
I would like that. He's gonna keep beating his drum. All right, we're getting bored. Someone come out and greet us. You're being poor guests.
There's a room. I know the map is a little bit deceptive, but this is like a cabin. The door is a little bit ajar.
I'm gonna step up and knock on it with my mace.
There's no answer.
It's unlocked. He's gonna gesture to Stew Drinker.
You're just making Stu be the perpetrator in all of this.
I'll open it.
Okay, you see it's empty. You see the remains of some cots and things on the floor, as well as like some basic supplies and food and thing. It looks like it's been cleared out though. And on the table there's a piece of parchment with a dagger stabbed through it into the wood, and it's written in a script you guys now recognize as Dwarvish because you've found a similar note before. This one is a lot shorter though.
I could read this if you wanted to sit here for a moment. I would say let's check over the rest of the boat though first. Also, why do people always stab daggers through paper? There's no purpose for that other than they think it's fun. They could just as easily lay the dagger on top of it.
Right. Maybe they're just mad at the message.
Oh, they're being dramatic if they are. I'm gonna take the parchment and the dagger. Is it a nice dagger?
It's just your typical. It's like a what is it? A dagger, like a. My gosh, I'm losing the word. A dagger you would use with fish, like to scale fish and like gut
like
fish.
A cleaning knife?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Okay. It's
a
mine
utility knife. Okay.
I take it. Is there anything else that looks nice in here?
You can make a perception check.
I would love to.
Are you ritual casting comprehend languages?
Not yet.
Okay.
I always find it best to clear the entire B&E before you start casting spells for 10 minutes.
Fair enough. Quill and Moon Eye, what are you guys doing as Haskell's looking around with Stew Drinker?
17.
I'm going to lean down and listen at that I'll look. Moon Eye will look to Quill, and then lean down, put his ear to that grating to see if he can hear anything below deck.
Okay, you can make a perception check as well. Haskell, you don't see anything else of value, and in fact, this room to you looks like it, like I said, has been cleared out. Not like ransacked, but as if someone had some camp kind of set up here and then like took it down and left, kind of thing. Seems like everything useful is gone.
Well, it looks like somebody may have left. Go look around with Moon Eye and Quill. I'll sit here at this nice table and read this note for 10 minutes.
All right. Call out if you need anything.
I will. I'm quite loud. Yeah, I'll start ritual casting comprehend languages.
Okay. Moon Eye, you hear the groaning of ice and the ship below you. And you are ritual casting, Haskell.
Yep.
I hear no movement down below, just the creaking of the ice.
Tori,
Yes.
may I do a survival to see if there's like a layer of dust over everything? Like, has this not been used in a long time? And if there is a lot of dust, can I see if there's footprints around? Because even if someone has an invisibility spell on them, they likely still leave footprints.
Mm-hmm. So, yes, you can do that. I will point out that you probably won't find dust, but rather it would be probably frost and ice.
Sure.
The wind is probably strong enough out here that there wouldn't be much dust to settle. But you can definitely look around for signs of use.
I have a 13 plus 2 from chat, 15.
Okay, so you can tell that the pieces of this ship that are used for actually, sailing
Mm-hmm.
and going on the water have not been touched or used for some time. However, the path between the gangway and the little cabin seems to be a little clearer, or like a little more trafficked.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're looking around, your Yeti tyke yelps and leaps back, and you, Moon Eye and Quill, both of you hear footsteps running like that. So like coming from this way and then heading that way,
I don't see what you're doing.
Oh.
I didn't either.
Oh, I'm coming this way and then heading that way.
Okay.
So like cutting across.
So frustrating that these guys do this to us every single time.
Well, you can act if you want. I'm telling you, you hear this. Not as in like you hear it and it's gone, but
Okay.
you hear footsteps.
All right.
So, I guess why don't we roll initiative just for the sake of doing this in order.
I'll just stay out of it, and if they need me, I'll pop in at the end.
Okay, that
Wonderful.
works.
Oh, whoops. I forgot to tag myself before I rolled.
No worries. I can add your turn, and then you can put in your number.
It punished you for doing so. You rolled a 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Are you guys adding? You guys are affirmated for what it's worth.
Oh, you're right. 20.
Gotta remember that chat, love.
Thanks, chat.
Roll 6.
Where is my dice? Da. Okay. Why are you not letting me edit? Okay. So Quill, you are gonna act first.
Okay, where do they sound like they were running by? when they did that. I just need to know where to stand for my burning hands cone.
So it seems like they brushed past your Yeti tyke.
So they're heading like here.
Yeah, they seem to be headed this way, like they're trying to leave the ship.
Okay, so she's gonna just take a couple steps forward, and she's gonna do the whole thing where like she comes forward, touches her thumbs together, her hands spread as she braces herself, and wind picks up around her, rushes down her arms, and turns to flame as it leaves her palm, and just does this 15-foot gout of fire.
Cool. Okay. What happened to my sheet?
IDK.
I exited it like a fool. Okay. I need to make a reflex save if
A dexterity
they're getting hit.
saving
Dexterity?
throw.
Yes. We're not playing Pathfinder right now.
And I have a +2 to my save because of my Charm of the Star.
Woohoo! So what is the number?
17.
Okay.
Oh, and I have my cloak. So it's
Your
actually
cloak.
18. Yeah, the special cloak that I got that gives me
Oh.
a bonus to my save DCs.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you see this is kind of weird to describe, but you see a shape in your flame. You know, like it's clear that you hit something. Obviously like a humanoid shape. Probably a Dwergar, you know, judging from past experience. So go ahead and roll damage.
Boom. 12.
Nice.
It's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, it is a good roll. And
Nice.
I need to roll another thing. Ooh. Okay. Oh, nope. Okay. He is able to stay invisible for the moment. Okay, Mooneye, you're up.
Oh.
You still can't tell exactly where this Dwargar is, but you do see that Quill has clearly hit something in her
So I have-
cone of fire.
So I have a rough idea based on that.
Yeah. So you
Oh.
could go and like if you tried to hit with like a weapon, it would be with disadvantage.
I will not be doing that.
Okay.
Maiden of the Moon, bring out the light of your small people to give us understanding in this time. And I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. There's the area where it is.
Great.
No one can
And-
hide from Moon Eye.
That's a dexterity saving throw, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And what
And
is your DC?
14.
Ooh, okay. You see, what color is your glittery fairy fire?
It is. Oh, roll 20 just crashed on me. It is a sparkling, twinkling of moonlight, but also it has shimmering colors of the sun kind of casting through because it is twilight.
Okay. So that I'll just pull the token onto your layer, even though he is still invisible, but you can clearly see the outline of where he is. And are you moving?
I am when I come back up on roll 20.
Oh, okay. We'll come back to you then, or you can finish your move.
I'll just move it after.
Yeah. Stew Drinker, you see this all happen as I have
All right.
described.
As this creature like is suddenly in front of her, Quill gives like a little like just a high pitched squeal of surprise.
Okay. So seeing what's going on, Stew Drinker would like to move over to this edge, like running towards the side of the boat, and he'd like to use the dash action. So it's all movement, but he wants to leap over this to get to right there.
Cool. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Stew
Okay.
Drinker is the hero we all need.
That is an 11. 13 with affirmation.
Okay. You will land prone.
Okay.
You don't stick the landing. But
All right.
you do
You have a
make it.
hero point if
You
it's
do have
that
a hero
important
point
to
if
you.
you would like to
Oh,
reroll.
yeah, it's super important to me. I would love to use a hero point.
Okay, go for it. Go ahead and reroll.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you stick the landing.
Right. Great.
You superhero land onto the dock below, and the wood
Yes.
kind of crunches a
Nice.
little bit under your feet and fist. And
Great.
you can't see this thing's face, but you see the outline like turn in that direction and look a little panicked. And now it is his turn. He's a little bit worried about getting out of here. So he's going to, you see the outline shrink, and he turns very, very small.
What?
You can still see the outline, but basically it's now like think like rat sized on this dock.
We haven't seen him do this yet, I don't think.
No,
They've
you
only
have seen
gotten
them
bigger.
change size, but yes. So he's gonna start running 5, 10, 15. And that's his turn. He is slower because he is small. Oh, he's actually gonna use a bonus action. I forgot. Man, the music is just not having a good day today. And he's gonna try and hide among these boxes and barrels. And we'll see how he does. Okay, I have that number. All right, Quill, go ahead.
Okay. Quill is absolutely grossed out by the fact that it got smaller instead of larger. And she's gonna make a face. She doesn't want to do anything to this. She doesn't want anything to do with this. Okay, she's just gonna walk over and she will use a firebolt.
Okay.
Cantrips for days.
Actually make a
sorry.
perception check for me
Oh,
to see if you can see where exactly he went.
okay.
Did it get affected by fairy fire?
It did. So he's not benefiting from invisibility right now, but he did make a hide action.
He's
'Cause
glowing,
he's tiny.
right? In
Yeah.
a 10-foot radius.
Oh, I think I just rolled persuasion instead of
It's like-
perception.
Come out. Oh, that nat 20 though.
Oh.
Yeah, you see exactly where he went. So go. You can strike with firebolt, and I do believe that's going to hit.
Okay.
Yes, it does. So go ahead and roll damage.
I think it auto rolled damage
4.
from clicking
Yeah.
it. I rolled minimum damage, which is rather devastating. But that's okay. We probably don't want to kill this fool. We probably just want to capture him and ask him questions. Grab him, Stu. We need to know what he knows.
All right, Moon Eye, you're up.
I am going to. I'm going to attempt to see this thing. If I can pinpoint where it is, I will try and grab it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
You see him.
So I will bound across and try and grab it.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check.
$15.
15.
Plus 17.
17. 17 will do it. You grab this little rat-sized dwarven creature that is still invisible, but outlined in this sparkly, glowy magic stuff.
I'll just try and hold him between my hands.
Oh, actually, I should make
Thus,
a concentration
speak with
check.
him quickly.
Ooh.
Let me see if Quill's firebolt knocked him out of his invisibility. And then it'll be Stew Drinker's turn. Unless, of course, I suppose you guys might just be waiting to see what happens, which is also fine.
Yeah, if Moon Eye has a firm grasp on him, Sue Drinker will say, Good catch, brother. And just be at the ready in case it happens to slip out.
Okay. If you'd like, Stew Drinker, you could take measures to, you could like tie him up or like further try to control this creature.
Oh, how big is he?
He's like a rat sized. He's small, tiny. He's tiny.
What are we gonna tie him with?
I mean, I don't know. You just wrap him with rope or something.
I'm gonna
Or
take
you-
my pot out of my
One fist.
bag.
Or you swaddle him. I don't know.
We're gonna wrap him up like a baby. I'm pretty sure that he can then make himself large.
I'm gonna take my
Fun
my
fact: most
pot
people don't
out
know
of my bag.
Goliath babies start this size.
Rat sized.
You're gonna take what out of your bag?
My pot, so that
Okay.
I'll be ready to capture it if need be.
Oh, like a spider in a cup?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I'll just have one more turn for him to see if he weasels out of here, and if not, we can leave initiative and just assume you guys got him. Okay, Moon Eye was 17. Okay, he does manage to weasel out of your grasp. He's a slippery little thing. However, Stew Drinker, you are at the ready, so you can make a dexterity check to catch him.
He's getting out, brother.
It'll be a 21 with affirmation.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay, you got him. He slips out of Moon Eye's
Thwomp.
fingers, and then, yep, exactly. You just boom, right on the dock. And we will exit initiative, because there's not a way for him to exit a pot. They don't have teleportation magic, unfortunately.
Stu, are you going to eat that creature?
No. We wanted to capture it though, right?
Oh, yes. I wanted to be sure.
After you guys harvested their heads, you can't really be sure.
We actually haven't done anything with those heads. I'm pretty sure we still have them.
Gross.
I'm assuming we left them back in the fortress, but yes, we do.
Gross. Okay. You guys just left it for the servants to clean up,
Well,
No, they're air drying.
like shrunken
We-
heads.
We keep them over the fire.
Oh my gosh.
no, they've got to like the words I keep thinking of are really just not great. Well, we should just move
We'll
on.
move on. The heads are behind you.
That's
Okay.
their problem. Haskell's got no heads.
No heads. So you hear this clanging and banging around in the pot, and shouting, little tiny voice shouting in a language I don't think any of you speak, because I don't think any of you speak Dwarvish.
Not yet.
Not yet, Haskell says. Okay, so what are you doing with this little guy?
I'll say in giant. One of the darkness. Do you understand me?
You hear shouting back, still in a tongue that you don't understand.
Oh well, where is our talker? The windbag probably knows this.
Yeah, you guys can keep him down there for another few minutes as Haskell finishes ritual casting this spell. And yeah, so we'll just fast forward. Haskell, you have cast Comprehend Languages, and you hear this little, well, actually, I don't think you can hear it from in here because he's inside a pot and he's tiny and you're inside a separate room. So
Yeah, sitting comfortably.
But the words on the note sort seem to change before your eyes, and you can understand this script. And it's a short, simple message written in it seems a different hand than the other note that you got from the cave. And it just says, 10 towns' days are numbered.
Oh, how boring. 10 minutes for that. It was already obvious. He's gonna crumple up the paper and he's gonna go walking out.
Okay. You see your friends gathered on the dock. The Yeti Tyke still on the boat, like eagerly watching all of the action. And eyeing the Tyke is eyeing the pot very interestedly.
Whoever wrote that note was a real thespian. Favored the drama. It just said 10 towns' days are numbered.
That is not very specific, is it?
What's in the pot?
You can hear, and he's gone quiet now. He's accepted his fate.
We have a tiny dwarf.
Ah, one of the Dwagar. Was one skulking about.
Yes, and we caught it. And now we need to know what it knows. And you seem to be quite good at scaring people. So I thought that you should be the one.
He's gonna grab his mace. He's gonna bang on the pot just like he does his drum before she even
Oh,
finishes
man.
her sentence.
Perfect.
You hear shouting again in now this language you understand. It's just various curses and angry profanity. Nothing of use to you at the moment.
He's gonna listen very intently. I think he's upset.
What is he
I can't-
saying?
Just things that are too harsh for your ears, stew drinker. Don't worry.
Perhaps you should redirect his attention. Find
I
out.
don't know how to speak to him. I can't speak the language, only understand it.
That is a problem.
It is how magic works. You should know this, Quill.
Not everyone knows that. It does not matter. Mooneye, do you know the language of these creatures?
Mooneye will come back out of the cabin.
She turned around. He was gone. Sees him all of a sudden over there opening the door.
I do not. I spoke in the language I do know, but it does not know it.
I
Now,
suppose.
I'm understanding this correctly, right, Tori? I can't speak the language, just understand it.
That's correct.
Okay.
What a problem this is. I'll crouch down and I will speak in Infernal to it to see if it understands that language.
Haskell, you hear just it's clear that it's angry and not understanding. Quill does not respond in Infernal.
Take it out of that pot.
But then it will run.
Just have stew drinker hold it.
All right,
All right.
Stu. I will lift the pot and you
Oh.
grab.
Okay.
Haskell, get your stick ready. Perhaps we might need to bonk it on the head.
I have to show it this paper first. He'll uncrumple the paper.
Ready?
Yeah.
Set. Go. She'll lift it.
Okay, Stu,
All
make a dexterity check for me.
I believe in you, Stu.
Hey.
Yeah.
22
money.
with affirmation.
Yeah, you grab him. He was like ready to make a break for it, but you just scoop him up. And he's like banging on your hands, but obviously to no avail.
I'm going to wave the paper in front of his face, and then I'm going to tap it and then shrug.
Okay. What are you trying to communicate? And then you can make a performance check and see how well you are communicating this. How's that?
Yeah, I like this. Okay. Perform. I'm trying to just communicate, like, what's the deal with you? Like, what's going on? Like, explain yourself.
What's
Okay.
up? It's Haskell's version of what's up?
What's up? Okay. That's very good performance. You're very good at miming and
27.
body language. He starts yelling at you, and he says, "Let me go! Let me go right now! I will have your head, all of your heads. You will all be burned and die in a horrible, painful death. I swear it on Zardorok's Sunblade."
I'm going to tap the paper again and shrug. And then I'm going to take my mace out and I'm going to, like, hover it above his head like I'm going to bonk him with it.
I don't know what... 10 Town's days are coming to an end. This is our land now. Zardorok Sunblight has come to claim it for the Dwergar.
I'll be translating all this to everybody. Who is that?
He is the greatest of the Dwergar, the leader. He is the genius behind the plan. He is the master. And he speaks directly to divine beings who have guided his hand and see fit that it is time for the Dwergar to rule this land.
He appears to get the gist of it. How can we find this person, do you all think? What do we do with him?
I think that we find another dwarf and have him do more translating for us.
But how will we talk to the dwarf to translate? Oh, you mean a dwarf that is not a Dwergar?
Yes.
That is a good idea. This is tiring, acting everything out. And he's just so angry.
You hear a voice from down the dock. What the hell are you doing on my ship? And you see a gruff, older man walking with a limp down the dock. He looks very weathered and time-worn, and he's got a big bottle of something in his hand.
The speaker has hired us for pest control, and I'm going to start shaking the dwarf around, like, grab Stew Drinker's arm and, like, shake the dwarf around.
Stop that right now!
We found this small dwarf on your boat.
What the hell is that?
It's a Dwergar.
I've never seen one of those in my life. That's not on my ship. The ferry's
What's on
closed.
your ship?
Insight check.
Okay.
I don't know if I believe this guy. 11.
He seems like an angry drunk.
Is this really his ship?
You aren't sure. He doesn't have any... I mean, there's no identifying elements on the ship, and there's not really any identifying elements on him.
Okay.
I don't
you don't
suppose
see
you know
anyone
how to
else
speak Dwarvish.
Dwarvish? What do you need that for?
To talk to the pest on your boat. We need to judge how much you owe us.
I might know some Dwarvish. He kind of burps and hiccups a little. For a price?
The price will be we will not charge the speaker's fee for cleaning your boat.
Why don't you make a deception check?
Yep. Deception. Here we go. 17.
19 with chat.
19.
He looks like he almost believes you, and then he shakes his head. Wait a minute, the speaker's the one who ordered the ferry shut down with all the ice. So why would he be charging me a cleaning fee? That doesn't make any sense. What are two Goliaths doing on a cleaning crew anyway, and a halfling, and what the hell is a Yeti doing on my boat? What are you...
Taking care of dangerous vermin. The Yeti is to eat the dangerous vermin.
It's the weirdest pest control I've ever seen.
It's like a cat to mice. but a yeti to small dwarfs. Anyways, can you translate for us? We're trying to find out where the rest of these pests are.
Haskell, if you would not mind, perhaps I could speak to him.
Very well, Quill.
Okay, I'm gonna roll persuasion, then go off of whatever I roll here. Hell yes, 12. So she steps forward, but she makes the fatal mistake of bringing the Yeti with. And she does like a big smile, but it accidentally shows too many sharp teeth. And she says, "Of course you want to help us, for as soon as we are done here, we can leave you and your boat alone. And isn't that really what you want?"
What I really want is a little oil to grease the wheels.
Of course. Here, I have a couple of copper. That will buy you a few drinks, I think.
He spits onto the ice. I could report you to the authorities, you know, and that I could report you.
And
My price just went up.
and we could report you for indecent public drunkenness. In fact, I saw him with his pants down. Did you not? And she'll look directly to Haskell.
Yes, I did see it. Too much on the
Uncouth.
bottle, I think. And harboring a dangerous creature on his ship.
One who worships Zardarok's sunblight at that. A dangerous name.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Oh gosh.
Am I aiding?
Lavistus, help me now.
Yeah, you can aid, and so you can roll with advantage.
Yes, thank you. Intimidation. What about a 12? I
You
don't
guys
know.
do have hero
I'm gonna
points.
use a hero point because this is garbage.
If you don't, this may be the last time Haskell lets you speak for everyone.
How about a 22?
22. That's a lot better. He looks aghast and then seems to slowly put two and two together, just gives you a dirty look, snatches the copper out of your hand, and says, "Fine. Oh, but only if you leave right after. I don't want any trouble."
And we don't want to be anywhere near your dirty ship.
He'll just march up to the pale dwarf in Stew Drinker's hands. Right, what do you need me to say? Well, whatever.
She'll turn to Haskell and let him choose what to say.
What's the name? I need to write this down. What's the name that Dwigar was just saying?
Zardarok Sunblight.
Who is Zardarok Sunblight?
Ooh, I spelled it so wrong.
For the sake of me not repeating the same thing over and over again and also not using multiple voices, we can just assume that he is willingly cooperating at this point with
Yes.
translation. So you learn the dwarf will say that Zardarok Sunblight is their leader, the leader of the Dwargar.
Where can we find him?
He will tell you that they have an impregnable fortress in the mountains in the spine of the world, and you'll never find it.
Unless you tell us.
He glares at you defiantly.
What are you doing on this boat? Why do we keep running into you?
I'm doing my job. We heard the disturbance from the Caer Dineval group, and we exited this camp, but I was to stay behind to watch for intruders like you.
What do you want with 10 downs?
We want to wipe it off and
But
make
why?
room for us.
Have you tried asking to make room for you instead?
Asking, that is for the weak. We take it.
So are you saying I should stop asking you questions and just take them from you?
He glares at you.
I want to use my oh my goodness, I'm blanking the name. The thing where I make him scared. I'll get the name for you.
Your paranoia.
Spook
Yeah, words of
inducing-
terror.
Okay.
So I'm using that. I want to be the target of his fear.
Okay.
He needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
What's my DC?
DC is
Ooh, that's a critical
13.
failure. Doesn't matter. He
Haskell's eyes
looks
are
a
going to
bit-
flare purple and he's going to get a little closer to him.
Yeah, he looks a bit shaken and kind of pulls away as much as he can in Stew Drinker's hands, away from Haskell.
I am capable of taking things from your mind, but it's quite unpleasant. So how about you just give them to me instead?
Why don't you make an intimidation check with advantage?
Yeah. Intimidation. I didn't roll with an advantage, so here's another one. Okay,
wow.
23.
He like clenches his jaw for a moment and then mutters, "What do you want?"
I want to know where we can find this fortress of yours, and I want to know how we can make all of this stop.
It is too late for that. You may go to the fortress, but there's no stopping the inevitable.
Tell me where it is.
Do you have a map?
He'll pull out the crumpled note and he'll flip it over and give him something to write with.
Okay. He'll like, you know.
Both hands, huge pen.
He'll draw some crude directions, and mechanically I'll just mark it on the little map that we have.
Is there anything else we need to know, Quill? Anything else that we need from him?
Do they know? Tori, do these Dwergar know anything about the artifact? Aren't they supposed to have a lead to it?
Are you asking him?
No, I'm asking you. Like, did we have a connection to that?
No, not that you've found.
Okay. Do we know the name of the artifact?
Yes, it is. Well, you heard it from Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
It is the codicil of white.
Ask him about the codicil of white. If that name is familiar.
One last thing. Have you heard of the codicil of white?
I would like to insight the face region. Make sure that
Face region.
the face region
Okay.
for deception. I think I just accidentally rolled with insight, so I got a 4. A 6 with chat. Thanks, chat.
He just shakes his head. You don't really know this guy, obviously, but there's no sign that would indicate to you that he's withholding something. You can see that he's pretty scared of Haskell.
He is quite frightened of you, Haskell.
Why wouldn't he be?
Jewel?
Moon Eye, Stew Drinker, anything else you want from this creature?
Nothing that I can think of.
A word of advice. Stop skulking in the darkness and attacking people. Try a diplomatic approach. You're all too bad at fighting for this. Throw him in the water, Stew Drinker. He was not very cooperative.
It's ice.
Throw him on the ice. See how well he can skate.
I'd say Stew Drinker kind of hesitates for a moment, then just kind of very gently drops him.
He lands and starts running across the ice, and he shouts, behind him. You will all burn, all of you. And
Is the boat
Goes away.
captain translating all this?
well, you understand that.
Right. I'm just wondering if the captain's like saying all that.
That part he doesn't translate. He just looks at you guys. Says, well, he seemed a bit unfriendly.
A bit. Not unlike other people we have met today. And she'll give him a quick nod, a bright smile, and then start walking away.
Haskell's gonna give Quill the map. We need to work on your toss, stew drinker. I wanted to see how far he would slide.
Maybe next time.
He the boat master just folds his arms and watches you guys as you walk down the dock side. All right.
How did you feel about that, stew drinker?
About letting him go?
Yes, letting him go, knowing that he is potentially quite dangerous. After all, he is urging for the destruction of 10 towns. And yet you seemed merciful in the way that you released him.
Well, the way I see it, if he seeks battle, then I would like to meet him on more even footing.
I understand that.
The
How do
world
you
needs
feel about it?
destruction.
I am so sorry. Say that again, Mooneye.
The world needs destruction just as much as it needs birth. If they seek to destroy 10 towns, then they will do what they feel they must do.
I suppose I have no strong connection to 10 Downs. It was just a place I wound up. I don't like those creatures being so aggressive.
Interesting. Well, where shall we go now?
Destiny follows you right now, Quill. Go wherever your heart fire takes you.
It is not only my journey. I would be pleased to listen to what everyone else thinks we should do.
Haskell's gonna look around at everybody else.
There's no longer the flow of people toward the town hall. Now it seems like a regular East Haven day is in full swing. But probably Mooneye, you hear snatches of conversation, people mentioning a lottery.
A lottery?
Yeah, stuff like did you see the lottery this morning?
Perhaps there is another being prepared for sacrifice.
You are probably right. Wait a moment, I will find out what I can. And she'll adjust her hair, hand off the Yeti tyke to Stew Drinker, and then walk over. Hello, I am so sorry. I missed the lottery this morning. Could you fill me in on what happened?
Boomer says no.
Oh.
The woman who was speaking, she gives you kind of a dirty look, and she says, I recognize you. You and that small one were screaming at all of us yesterday.
Oh, is this how we're going to do this today? All right, I'm going to roll an intimidation. I don't know why I still have this on. 23 intimidation. I'm going to take off my advantage right now. And her eyes will grow hard as she stares down at this woman, just like an icy look coming over her face. That is perhaps a little reminiscent of the Ice Lord that resides in the back of her mind. And she will take a half step closer and draw the woman's hand into hers. And outwardly, it might look friendly, but she squeezes it just a little bit too tight. If you recall who I am, then you will know that I do not care so much for these negativities. So why don't you fill me in, and then we can both be on our way.
She looks around, and the person she was conversing with does the like
Faces
well,
right
I'm
behind.
gonna leave now. And she says, fine. Geez, what do you want to know? It was just the name lottery. If you
Tell
want to
me-
know more about it, go to town hall.
Tell me about this name lottery. I do not have all day to be walking to halls.
It's just whoever is drawn is the next sacrifice to Oriole.
Hmm.
Happens every month.
And who was it that was pulled today?
It was just someone in the town, like always.
Name.
Random. Sigmund.
Sigmund.
Sigmund Len.
Hmm. And when will this sacrifice take place?
In about a week. They
In
give him
about
time
a
to
week.
prepare and everything.
And if this Sigmund does not agree, what will happen?
They don't exactly have a choice in the matter.
I
The
see.
militia, the guards, the speaker will see to it that it happens.
Quill will release the woman's hand and just kind of like thumb her chin. Thank you for the details. Now that was not so bad. Go on about your day.
She turns and just ducks into the nearest shop.
Perfect. I'll walk back. You were right. They are preparing to kill their next sacrifice. They have chosen one by the name of Sigmund. He will be killed in about a week's time.
Two Drinker, how would you handle this situation? We've had a lot of me and Quill shaking people down. You seem to have the desire to be a hero. How do you suppose we stop these sacrifices?
Oh. Spoke with someone important last time. I wonder if there was any chance we could talk some reason into it.
The speaker, you mean?
Yeah.
Speakers are all incompetent, that I have learned so far, but I suppose we could try. Maybe you can approach them with your noble intentions.
That is what I was going to suggest, Haskell. That stew shows us how a hero does it.
All right. I can try.
I am quite certain that you will succeed.
Do we know if they voluntarily placed their name into the lottery, or is it just taken by all citizens of the town?
I am not certain, but I asked if he was not willing what would happen, and she said that the guard would enforce the drawing. That does not seem to be the actions of someone who is volunteering.
No, but it could still be that they volunteered to put their names in, even if they regret their choice now.
If they regret their choice now, they should be given the option to have a redrawing. But I am sure that Stew Drinker will bring that up when he speaks to the speaker. Should we go there now?
I would like more information. I am torn on my position here. So yes, I think we should go now.
Our position is we owe these people a favor that helped us, right? The werebears.
This is very true.
Besides, whatever the moral standing on it, it's causing problems. They're creating creatures and they don't seem to understand it.
Yeah. You said they're gonna do the sacrifice again in a week.
That is correct.
I think we should make good on our promise for the werebears, and maybe in the meantime, if we catch wind of any additional information, if we can learn anything about how the townsfolk feel, maybe we might be able to rally more voices behind us.
So you're saying cause a revolt.
That is a bold stance from you. It was not what I thought you were going to say. It is quite interesting.
I think if people are being forced to put their names in a drawing for death, then it's not the will of the people.
I
They
agree
should
with
be
my
free to
brother.
live.
It is abhorrent if they are taking away their freedom of choice.
Well then, let's go start spreading the good word, shall we?
First, we must find out exactly how this lottery works.
A friendly DM reminder that you know a good-natured, willing to talk halfling who might know a couple things.
Ronaldo, the Magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
I had hoped that we were never going to have to see that one halfling again.
There are also townsfolk who you could probably talk to. Just pointing out that he would probably know things.
It seems to me that Ronaldo would be the easiest to speak with.
It is true.
Perhaps if you do not wish to speak with them, Haskell or myself could go.
No,
I will not speak to Ronaldo.
Perhaps I could go.
He spun yarn. That is all he was good for.
Perhaps Haskell and I will stand towards the back and merely listen to the questions being asked. Then we can share. Yes.
Are you comfortable to speak with the halfling?
Yeah. He seemed friendly enough.
Yes, he seemed fine to me.
Well, devils do seem friendly, don't they?
Perhaps, Windbag, you just feel too much competition.
I have no competition. I am no speaker.
Or was the halfling, if I remember correctly.
Well, he spoke like one. Let's go.
All right, you guys trudge your way back towards the
miffed.
inn. And this is actually perfect timing. We'll go ahead and take our break for 10 minutes, and we will come back at 9:10 to go talk to Ronaldo and see what the deal is. So we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for letting us take a short rest. We left off after the group had captured a Dwergar and learned a bit more about their plot, and then decided to head off to talk to Ronaldo about this name lottery that the town seems to do to decide on its monthly sacrifice to Awhile, the Frostmaiden. And Stew Drinker and Moon Eye were taking point on this conversation, is what I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you go back to the inn, and it's bustling. It's now kind of late morning, so it's brunch and lunchtime, and so it seems like many of the visitors have come back and are eating. And you see Ronaldo at what you take to be his favorite corner table, and he's speaking with a couple of folk.
Oh, okay. Stew Drinker will approach, but I guess just kind of hover so that he's in like the peripheral
Yeah,
so he's not
that's not hard for
interrupting.
Stew Drinker, who is very large,
Yeah.
easily outsizes everyone in here. So even though Stew Drinker is standing politely, the people who are speaking with Ronaldo, they cut off and turn to look at you and
Moon
look
Eye will
surprised.
follow quietly behind him.
Okay. And Ronaldo looks over and says, "Ah, Stew Drinker, Moon Eye, my friends, please come take a seat." And he like essentially just like waves off these other people. Says, I will come back to you, I promise." And they look a little miffed, but they don't feel like arguing with Ronaldo or Two Goliath, so they get up and leave. What can I do for you?
Say sorry as they go by. Sorry.
Oh, it is okay. Their stories were not so exciting. Do you have more for me?
We do not.
Oh, that is great shame.
We were kind of hoping that you could tell us something. You've been here for a little while.
Oh, yes, I make the rounds. I travel. I have visited East Haven many times. And I've been here for a little while. Don't know how long I will be staying. But what can I help you with?
Can you tell us a bit about this lottery?
Oh, you heard about that. Everyone is talking about it, as they do. I mean, I would be too if my name got drawn. Luckily, I'm not citizen of this town, so whew, don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
What do you wish to know? This ugly business, no? He says this with a smile.
Well, I want to know why this started. Why do the people stand for this?
You go outside, you see no sunshine. You see nothing but snow and ice for years. People get desperate. They're looking for solution. They believe that perhaps if they please the Frostmaiden through honoring her with sacrifices such as these, perhaps she will see fit to release them from this endless rime. It is sad business, but unfortunately the nature of so many.
Do they join this lottery voluntarily? Or is it just based on them living here?
Oh, everyone who is citizen is in the lottery. But between you and me, I think those with extra resources have a few ways of making sure that they are lower on the list, if you know what I mean.
Well, so that means that as far as this lottery is concerned, people aren't happy about it.
Well, they are happy it's not them. And then when it is, they are not so happy. Or when it is someone they know, of course. But it is life now. They have been doing this for many, many months. I think.
How often do they do this?
It is a monthly sacrifice with the cycle of the moon. But many people are starting to worry it is making no difference. And in case you haven't noticed, it's still quite chilly outside.
Ronaldo, we don't want this lottery to happen anymore.
Oh, you will not be on the list. You do not have to worry about this.
I'm not worried about me being on the list. I'm worried about anyone else being on the list. I'm worried about there being a list. We want to stop this. And I don't know where to start because it seems like the speaker here is very adamant on maintaining this. Do you know? Can you help us?
Who started it?
Who started this? Uh, well, as far as I understand, a druid came into town long time ago, warned all of the towners that if they did not start sacrificing to Auril, that they would feel her wrath. So they were given the choice: bodies, warmth, food, and each town decided according to what they could afford. East Haven being more populous, they decided on bodies. But I think the speaker is scared, like everybody else. And his voice kind of lowers down a little bit. And he does not appreciate outliers or people causing trouble, if you know what I mean. What he does want is for his town to continue on by whatever means necessary. I do not know him well, but he strikes me as a desperate man, willing to go to desperate measures. But perhaps he has some other need. I do not know. You could speak with him. I do not know he will listen to reason exactly, but if you have something else to offer, maybe a solution to this. You don't happen to have some magical way to reverse this eternal winter, do you? I know Goliaths have a great many mysterious powers, but I've not heard of these.
We do not.
That is too bad.
But perhaps someday.
That would be some magic. So, you want my help?
Yeah. Does this druid return?
I do not know this druid. I have merely heard the tale, but she was a servant of the Frostmaiden. This is all I know. If you have traveled around, you have probably run into awakened animals, awakened beasts. These are the works of the druids.
Okay.
I heard one was slain not too long ago. Ravison. And he glances toward Quill and Haskell.
Yes, we have.
Haskell's just folding his arms, just kind of like giving a stare.
So I think Quill was actually gossiping with Haskell, and she was like, and then she called me quaint. What is quaint? What is that even supposed to mean? Oh, I am quite sorry. They are looking at us. What was that?
A rumor I heard. I hear
About-
lots of those.
Yes, we killed her.
Were you
killed
even
an evil-
listening to me, Haskell?
About your thing. We didn't kill Avarice. Ravison.
Quill shakes her head in disbelief. Yes, we have killed the one they call Ravison. What of it?
Merely remarking. That is quite impressive.
Perhaps if you have a story to give us, we can make an exchange. But for now.
Ronaldo. I know that you seek stories to from people, but how would you feel about telling the people of East Haven a new story?
I think I know where this is going, and I'm not certain I like the direction, but go on.
Well, we have two here who have slain one of these evil druids who have made this terrible pact with towns, with creatures. Tell the people that they will be beholden to this druid no longer. Because if this druid comes back and tries to reestablish the lottery again, then we will take care of this druid as well.
That is noble tale, but I do not know what is the druid they are so scared of. This eternal winter shows no sign of breaking. And while I know some people tire of the lottery, it is all they have. There is no other way that they can see. No other option. These people need a new path.
Have
The
them
speaker needs a new path.
put their faith in us. You are a great teller of tales, Ronaldo.
Oh, you flatter me. But it is working.
I think maybe with your help, you can convince the people. Because in spite of all these months of sacrifices, these needless sacrifices, the winter continues. And the winter isn't just here. It's all over the place.
You speak truth. I do not wish to turn the entire town against me, though, or end up in jail. What do I do if I start talking and they do not like what I say? Or those in power do not like what I say? You continue on traveling the landscape free from this burden, but leave it with me?
What will it take for you to put your faith in us?
I must think on this. I think that you have a good idea. And while I do not think myself a hero exactly, I do agree that this is needless sacrifice. But perhaps if you had some trophy, some evidence of your great feats other than just rumors and legends.
And I hear, I'm hearing this conversation from the back, yeah. I have her icicle. I'm going to wave. I'll come stepping up and I'll show it to him. Perhaps if you joined in on some action, you could stop spinning yarn and start spinning actual tales instead of trying to take them from others.
Do you want my help or not?
That's exactly what I just said.
You are the one spinning tales now.
This is not a tale. It is a request.
Haskell, come and stand by me. Remember, this is Stew Drinker's mission.
He's going to wave the icicle in front of his face and then slowly back away.
All right. Ronaldo, if it's a trophy you need, I'll bring back anything and everything I can until you and this town are willing to put your faith in us.
Stew Drinker, tell him about the heads.
Brother, I'm not sure that would be of anything impressive to him.
The half-dried, gross, rotting heads. We've got these.
They're being smoked.
Well, yes. Perhaps if we had this icicle and, well, something else great. Then I think we could convince the people that you are who you say you are. True heroes.
Okay. I promise. I'll be back.
I believe you. I know a true speaker when I see one. And it is there in your eyes. You think yourself a hero. Down to your very core. Do not lose that. That is rare.
I'll try not to.
In the meantime, I will try to do what I can to stall for as long as I can. How's that?
Thank you.
We've
That is
stolen
all we
stories
can
from
do.
many people. Is there some sort of trophy that we could obtain that you think would accomplish this?
Well, this is last favor I do for you. This is quite a valuable secret. And he'll motion you all closer.
Haskell does not grin at this guy. He just kind of narrows his eyes and is like, "Are you serious?" Favor.
There is a witch out on the lake, I have heard. In fact, I know this. I have spoken beyond the grave to know this thing. There is a witch who has a cauldron, they say makes food out of nothing. Unlimited. Do you know what a town like this could do with something like that? Now that is real hope there. When
Seems like
everything
exactly
you
your
eat,
kind of trophy, stew drinker.
knucklehead trout, think how much people would be willing to give up and to sacrifice, not in that way, but you know what I mean, for something like that.
Yeah.
But I so far have not heard great survival rates of people who have encountered this witch. She does not seem very eager to part with this thing. But perhaps a strong arm, a flapping mouth, a charming smile, and a blind eye could convince her otherwise.
I have most of those things.
If you say so.
It is not Stew Drinker's place to die on a frozen lake.
Yes, he will kill this witch. Or at least take her cauldron from her.
If you come back with that, I think we are in good shape.
All right.
But, and he'll point his finger right in your face. Do not spread that to anyone else. I gave up much to hear that tale. It is precious to me.
You said you spoke beyond the dead.
Yes,
What does that mean?
I have been known to dabble in seances. I have connection with the spirits, and sometimes they speak to me.
I want to insight this guy.
Sure.
I do too. This guy seems like the politician version of Haskell. I got so terrible. She doesn't
When
believe
the-
anything he says.
When we have this tale, I will
25.
return it to you as a thank you for helping.
I would love to hear the end of that tale. The end of the witch's story. The end of that cauldron. That I will be eager to hear. Haskell, he does seem Well, wait, what exactly were you inciting? Like, does he actually talk to ghosts, or does he
Yeah.
actually know about this thing? Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't seem to be pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. He seemed actually kind of as he was telling you all of this information, he seemed kind of more earnest than he perhaps has been previously. Seems like Stew Drinker perhaps has struck a chord with this guy, and he does want to help.
That's exactly how talking to ghosts would work. I suppose he's telling the truth.
He's out on the lake. I do not know much more than that, but...
Let us go, Stew Drinker. How's your heart fire feeling? Do you feel a heat in your chest?
Yeah, it feels good to have a clear target.
Don't get overconfident. It's still a bit cold. But I can see it is there.
All right. So heading out of the inn, and
As we head out, Mooneye is going to lean over to Quill. Quill, forgive me for perhaps being rude, but I just wanted to say I happened to hear you ask what the word quaint might mean. And I believe it means something unusual, but in a good way, and old-fashioned.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
It is not a good compliment from a lover.
She is not a lover, Haskell.
I disagree. What else could you want in a lover but to know that you are touching them in their heart in a way because you are remind them of a pleasant time?
I can think of a few things.
Quill suddenly has like a burning curiosity to know what exactly you mean by that, but she does not dare open that Pandora box. Oh, I hope we have a romance for Haskell at some point, just so we can hear what he says to his lover. I bet it's something of nightmares. Okay. So, what is the plan? Are we going to go help Oyaminatox people? Or do we need to hunt down this witch?
Are they not one and the same?
Just to be clear really quick, GM intrusion. It did seem like
pulled out of the effect now.
It did seem like Ronaldo was going to try to delay. So
okay.
Meta GM, if you guys want to go and pursue one thing first before this thing, that's okay.
I think it would be appropriate and also easier on the GM if we were to perhaps go help the werebears first.
Yeah.
I'm good either way. Totally up to you guys.
Quill has a debt to pay for sure, so she would like to visit the werebears first, if possible.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't stopping the sacrifices here what the werebears wanted help with?
They had two things. They had the stop the sacrifices so that the cold light walkers would stop being created, and they had their cave taken over by corrupted warriors. And they said that if you were to accomplish both of those things, then Oyam and Artok would surely notice.
That's right. They were needy werebears.
That is a good point, though, Chase. So we could do the witch, help the town, which would also do half of the situation with the werebears, and then go clear the cave.
We could also ask chat.
That's true.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You guys keep talking. Chat, go ahead and weigh in if you want the witch cauldron or the werebear cave.
We're waiting for chat. Is there anything like of use for sale here, Tori, in this town?
It has all of your like typical shops. It is a real city, for lack of a better term.
Could I buy some healing potions?
Am
Am I rich enough for that business? Is this town rich enough for that business?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why don't we roll for it? I'll say it's not going to be super common.
Okay. What am I rolling? Or what are you rolling?
Let's just do a straight roll 20 roll a d20 and pick odds or evens before you roll.
Odds.
'Kay.
Haskell's odd. Ha! 5.
5. Okay. You hear tell of a shop that does have some odds and ends. Sometimes those odds and ends are magical. And you're able to track down some healing potions.
How much are they? What's the damage?
Oh man. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Items. Of course, it doesn't have the cost right here. I will look that up for you in just a moment. Meanwhile, anything from chat on the...
We have a vote for witch and we have a vote for bears.
They're very
Yeah.
helpful.
we need a tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's 50 gold pieces for a potion.
Oh boy, I could try to steal it, but I won't.
Oh, speaking of potions, in case it's relevant, Moon Eye, you got a Chwinga cookie, and Cruella de Quill. So Moon Eye, you step outside and you half crunch a Chwinga cookie under your foot, and it was left for you. And then Quill, a tuft of fur blows in your face, and you grab it off, and you see it is polar werebear fur.
Of course, I am an expert in knowing polar werebear fur.
Yep.
So she's going to just tie
the
it into a
spell.
little thing and like fasten it to one of her braids. She's got like braids and like feathers and beads. So yeah, this fits right here.
Okay.
Moon Eye will reach down and pick up the cookie. Thank you, little ones. Tuck it.
You hear a little giggle in the breeze. Okay, I think werebear's just a little bit ahead.
Yep, they're ahead by
Yeah.
1.
Okay, and we
Yep.
did just get werebear fur blown in Quill's face. Should we take that as
Yeah, it's
the
a
chat
sign.
It's a
omen?
sign.
Okay.
My
So
heart says that we need to go see the cave first.
Well, that your
Yes.
romantic interests' entire worth on us is for a single healing potion. I can do the same thing with just a wave of my hand.
Then I suppose you should keep your hand strong.
That makes no sense.
I
Listen to
know.
yourself.
I'm so sorry. I was going somewhere and it just died. I was like, pip can strong. No, I don't know where I'm going with this.
I know. Just looks down ashamed.
So naive, Quill.
I am sorry. I am just distracted.
By the
Yes.
fur that is
In-
blown in your face
Yes.
now.
Yes, that, obviously.
Step number
Obviously.
1 of being a smooth talker. Stop blushing every time we talk of your romantic interest.
I do not, do I?
He's gonna
When-
just stare at her and then he's gonna walk off.
When were we speaking of avarice?
Oh, just now. I was saying she was cheap.
That seems uncalled for,
Well, it is truthful.
which I admire. But I do not think that 5 gold was cheap.
It was
Yes.
50 gold.
50 gold. It was far more than I needed.
It is more gold than I have seen in an entire lifetime.
Perhaps my problem is with the health potions. This economy is terrible. We should leave this world behind. Let's go.
Perhaps your problem is that you have too many desires.
I just
Let
want
go
a
of
simple
those.
concoction to magically cure my health and well-being. Is that so much to ask?
How are you guys? So you don't know exactly where the cave is. They gave you like a general direction and whereabouts. And you know, it's about 20 miles to the cave.
Oh,
That's a bit of a walk.
Yes, you can walk. You can acquire snowshoes, which will make the walk a bit easier and faster. You can also hire out a dog sled or some dog sleds from East Haven. They are resource rich enough to be able to have that.
How expensive is that?
Oh man. I should have had that information. That does exist somewhere.
Every time we ask Tori about gold cost, she just breaks Haskell's heart.
I know. That'd be 80 gold. Why?
Let me. I think it's here.
Chat says it's 18 gold pieces.
18 gold pieces? Who's so helpful? Okay, chat says it's 18 gold pieces. We'll say it's 18 gold pieces. It's definitely not 50. I just can't find the price off the top of my head.
I do not.
18 gold pieces. That's my entire life savings here.
Perhaps we should just walk.
The dog sled does make you travel. So on foot without snowshoes, you'll travel about a quarter mile an hour.
Oh.
And with snowshoes, that's a half mile an hour, and with a dog sled, that's 1 mile an hour. So it's 4 times faster.
Hey, Miss Annabelle, where has she been?
Stew Drinker will take out his little coin pouch and say, I've got 13 gold to my name. I can throw all that in if we want to get dogs.
I'll contribute 5 gold.
I have 13 gold as well.
Wait a minute. What kind of dog slugs are these? Can they take half giants? 2 of them.
Well, we need to get multiple, I think. And I turn to the shopkeeper of dogs who we are obviously conversing with. So, is that 18 gold for 2 sleds or just 1?
I'll just say it's however many you need right now because I don't feel like digging anymore.
Wow, you are quite helpful. Thank you.
Might be the most reasonable shopkeep I've seen in the
He
last
says we
year.
can have as many dogs as we wish
All of
for
them.
18 gold.
Yep, all
I
of them.
say we take 50. And we will get there so fast.
Just this long train of dogs.
Haskell's gonna slap his 5 gold on the table. We'll take all of them.
Wonderful.
Stew Drinker will slap his 13 gold.
I'm not sure you are correct, Quill. As they say, every dog, nose to tail, still does not get the whole pack there faster.
I love when Moon Eye says things like that.
All right,
We will
you guys
take a
pay
reasonable
up.
amount of dogs.
You guys pay up, and wouldn't you know it, the price you paid is exactly what you needed for the exact number of dogs that will equip the exact number of sleds that you need, which I'll say is 2 with 6 dogs apiece, we'll say.
This sounds accurate.
Luck is on our side today.
We now scientifically know how many dogs it takes to pull a Goliath.
Here you
Plus
go.
a little more because we got a Goliath and a halfling, and then a
Yeah.
Goliath and a tiefling
and a Yeti tyke.
and a Yeti tyke.
So they
leave
will
Gale.
the owner will recommend not having both of the Goliaths on one sled. But
Thank
instead
goodness
take
that
us
the owner's
distributing
here
the
to give us that clarification.
I know, right?
Just making sure. I don't know.
Whoa!
Hey, Haskell has proposed dumber ideas, okay?
Haskell
I'm-
proposes straight wisdom, okay?
The drive-by seems unnecessary.
I don't think he's ever led us astray. In fact.
Listen, I'm being all of the helpful NPCs,
Okay,
and now you
Chase.
want to criticize the one unhelpful shop owner. You guys get on the freaking sleds. You start going. Dang it. You have no more business in town.
We're
You've
not
been put
allowed
in-
back in
You've
town.
been put in sled
surprise.
timeout. Off to the sleds with you. They start going. The shop owner even whips the dogs and they go running off. He's done with you.
That makes sense. I feel like the DM just put us in timeout and is just gonna go on this long monologue of us gloomily sitting in sleds as it just goes across the tundra. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
It's
be
20
quiet.
miles to the cave-ish. And your dogs are going 1 mile an hour. So strap in, friends.
And we
Good
have
thing-
to we're gonna have to camp.
That's true. So we will hand wave. You guys sled for the day, and I'm assuming you pull out your igloo spike to give yourself some shelter out in the wilderness. Haskell,
Sorry, what did you say?
igloo spike for
Oh yeah, the igloo
camping.
spike.
I thought
I've
Quill
got-
had the igloo spike.
Oh, does Quill have the igloo
No,
spike?
no, no, no.
I borrowed it for one night, but I gave
Oh.
it back.
Yeah. Regardless, someone builds an igloo and you
It's-
camp in it,
It's Haskell.
and it's cold. You hear some noises at night that make you a little nervous, but nothing happens. And you get up the next day. The doggos are fine. They're ready to go. And the price also covered like food and stuff for them, so you can take care of them and not be cruel dog sled owners. Renters, you don't own this. This is not permanent. And you travel the next day. And you see a figure up ahead as you are sledding toward it. It looks humanoid. It has some threadbare clothing. And go ahead and you guys can all make perception checks and see what more detail you get, if any.
I got a 24.
I got a 6.
I think
I got
Quill's
a
riding
4.
behind one of the Goliaths, maybe.
I'm taking a nap.
And Haskell is also taking a nap. Moon Eye and Stew Drinker are the ones driving right now. That makes sense. And you guys both see up ahead. You notice that this figure also they don't look properly dressed for this weather, or like their clothing is so tattered that it doesn't look like it could possibly be helpful in this frigid cold. And in fact, you see as you kind of come up closer, you see that their skin, some patches are like red and even kind of blackened with frostbite. And they
Do they look like those dead people we dealt
this
with?
does not look like a cold light walker. Despite the frostbite, there is still like color to this skin. And right now, you see that this figure is dragging something through the snow behind him. He's also got a weapon on his back.
Brother, do you see that?
Yeah. Can we stop?
I think we should.
What is going on?
There's someone dying of cold.
Oh. I'll sit up.
Haskell,
interested.
you wake up and you see as you were nestled, like Your arms are kind of curled around you, and you see a little thermos, a little chewinga thermos is nestled in your arms, full of Stew Drinker's favorite stew.
Drink it.
Okay. I've given this to you guys so many times, and every time you immediately drink it. And I'm like, what? One of these
Who can say
times.
no to waking up and just having some stew.
It's true. I'm just thinking
Oh, my
I ought to go back to
goodness.
the drawing board with the effect of it because you guys are all so excited to drink it immediately.
I 100% am gonna wake you up with stew. And it's not gonna be like a bowl. I'm gonna tuck a thermos into your arms, Chase, and I'm just gonna sneakily be filming it, and we'll post it up on social
See
media.
how happy you
What are
are.
you talking about in real life? I'm in.
Perfect.
Okay, so you've pulled up the sleds. You've pulled up short of this figure. How far away do you want to have stopped?
We'll stop close enough that we can call to them, but not that they can lunge at us if something unexpected is involved.
Okay, out of melee range.
Yes.
Okay. They what do you call out?
Does Haskell see this as well? I imagine after he drinks his stew.
Yeah. Stew Drinker and Moon Eye have pointed this out.
And they're just laying down. Like, do they look alive?
No, they're walking and they're dragging something behind them in the snow.
Okay. I'm going to make a snowball and I want to gently toss a snowball at him.
What are you doing?
Wow. Make
Excellent question.
Make a dexterity check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and grab it.
Okay, that's fine. You see Haskell in the process of making a snowball.
We can say he just does something.
Moon Eye stomps on your snowball in progress.
I just want to get their attention from a safe distance.
Yes, I will show you what we do on the tundra when we have to do that. Ho, traveler. Are you okay? How may we help?
Oh man, okay. This figure slowly turns around and they just have this like horrific rictus grin on their face.
They'd have thrown the snowball.
And they drop whatever it is they were dragging, and we're gonna roll initiative, and I'm gonna switch maps here.
Snap.
Oh my goodness. Let's do this thing.
Okay, and I gotta change the music because things are not calm
Positive,
anymore.
it's not a light walker.
Yeah, that's something at least.
Yeah.
If this thing is weak to snowballs, this is on you, Moon Eye.
I will accept that. We find out they're weak to snowballs. How about for the first round, you just chuck some snow at it and see what happens?
We'll see. Okay, I've got to. Oh man, my music is just being so horrible today. I'll work on that in a second. I need to show you guys the picture because it's awful. This is what he looks like.
Oh no.
Ooh.
You can see his skin is all damaged from frostbite. His nose is like almost gone. It's
I've
just been
seen
eaten away
worse.
by the frost. Okay.
Do Stew Drinker and I have any idea what this is?
This is probably
He
those
looks
wild
human.
people that the Goliaths were telling us about.
Hmm.
Yeah, he looks human. As far as you can tell. But he looks crazy. And we can roll initiative.
Here you
I
go.
believe I've started. Yeah, okay.
Oh, Quill does not enjoy this, apparently. Oh no, it shows a 2 on my screen, but I guess I actually rolled higher than that.
2 was my roll.
Oh, okay.
We have similar dice colors.
No, I
No, we
just
don't.
forgot what color mine was.
Oh,
We're just
Your
losing it
dice
tonight.
rolled it when I hit initiative, so I just assumed that it was mine.
This stream has just been a slow degression, a slow downhill.
A descent into madness. We're like,
Yes.
snowballs. Wait, what's happening?
Oh my gosh. Okay. We'll just assume your dogs are chilling. Quill, you're up.
Okay. Oh, Quill's up first. So it turns towards us.
Yeah, he hasn't made any moves yet, except he does like bring the weapon off of his back, and you guys can now all see that.
Is it dark out?
It's always dark out.
It's always
Okay.
dim.
I can't see it then.
Well, it's dim, so you can see, but
Is it over here?
I will ping for you. It's over here. Can you see
Okay.
that ping?
Got it.
Oh, it's so
Oh,
far
here.
away.
I'll do this.
I can look at the stream. We're good.
We'll do this.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Ooh.
There you go.
So much open space.
I've never
now.
seen so much before. Okay.
Behold.
Behold! I need something that has range.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say he pulls the weapon off his back, and it looks black. Looks like it's made of black ice.
Like the amulets?
Mm-hmm.
Are we fighting it?
What else are we going to do?
And she's gonna slowly get out of the sled, so she's standing, and then she is going to lift her one hand up towards the sky, and then point the other at this creature. And I'm gonna cast a chaos bolt. I don't know if I've ever done this on stream before.
Ooh.
I think you've done Chaos Bolt once before.
Have I?
Because I remember the first time you cast it, I was like
The heck
very
is this?
impressed. I liked it. It was cool.
Okay. So I need to roll my attack. I put it in there so I can quickly reference. Let's see. Oh my gosh, so much happened.
Haskell will say that you have this cold resistance for this battle for a minute, so 10 rounds, because you just drank your stew.
Okay.
That's a critical fail to hit, Quill.
I'm
This
gonna
is
go ahead and
something-
use a hero point because I
Alright.
have them. So she something starts going wrong with this, and she steels
It is
herself
called
against it as it
possible.
starts to hurt a little. And I'm gonna get an 18 with chat.
I believe that will hit.
Okay, so I rolled double 8s, which is actually bad, I do
Oh.
believe, because if you roll the same number on both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet of it. There is no creature within 30 feet of my target. So
Hmm.
what happens?
Well, that's a good
Because
question.
it says of my choice,
Right.
and I need to make a new damage roll.
We'll say it hits this tree, and
Oh.
he can take partial damage. We'll say
Okay.
it gets split between the two.
All right, so it's gonna take, because I have to make a new damage roll. So let me just do that real quick.
Okay.
2d8, because then it could potentially leap again. It did not leap again, so I did 11 damage total.
What kind? Because it changes,
oh,
right?
because I get to choose. I'm gonna do thunder. I had a call for lightning, and thunder's as close as I can do.
Okay. 11, right? And we're splitting it with the tree. So this poor
that
tree
was-
just gets blown to smithereens. And he takes some thunder damage.
And she's staring, and then she looks to Haskell, ready for.
Why do you hate nature so much?
Are you moving, Quill?
She got out of the sled, and I guess she'll move forward a bit.
Okay. Are you just stashing your Yeti tyke on the sled?
Yeah, I'm leaving my Yeti tyke on the sled.
Okay.
So I'll go 5, 10, 15. There we go.
All right. He is up. First, I need to do this. Okie So he's pulled out a javelin. Since you guys are far away.
You've made yourself a prime target, Quill.
I know.
I think he's going to move up a titch, though. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
She's
30.
just turning back to you guys. Are you not coming? Wait. And then, like, javelin through the chest.
Are you not?
Help!
Okay. Yeah, he'll throw the javelin.
Perfect. Okay, Mammy, this is fine. Everything's cool. This is hunky-dory, as the kids say.
That is a 15 to hit you.
15.
What's your AC?
My AC is a 13.
Is it 13?
It was a 13.
Okay, I'm gonna use a hero point. I'm gonna start yelling at it. Don't you throw that javelin at her!
Tender.
Oh, that was the wrong one. Oh, I think it's the same bonus either way. Okay, he misses. It lands in the snow.
So
next to
she's
her.
like, "Are you guys coming?" And then like, and she's just like shocked and standing there.
And I'm gonna dump some villain points.
Oh snap! Here it comes.
Ooh.
Let me make sure yeah, okay.
Not like they were in a cone and she's dumping villain points.
What is this? What is this icy boy gonna do?
I'm gonna dump some villain points, and the wind starts to pick up around him, and the snow and ice forms into this little icy looking thing.
Did he
Oh.
just summon a flying gnome creature?
He did not do anything. He did not take any action with this. He seems solely focused on attacking whoever is, in front of him. Quill. This is what that thing looks like.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
Look at its nose.
It's a bit extreme.
Important
Yikes.
detail. Okay, and so this thing appears and is going to summon. Okay, it's gonna step up here and try a thing. You all need to make, well, not all of you. Everyone except Mooneye needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh crap.
On it.
Okay.
Son of a biscuit. All right, let's see here. Okay, I got a grand old 14.
16, because
16.
chat, and I got a 19.
Is this an effect that I can see happening in front of me?
Yes.
Okay. So I have danger sense, which gives me advantage on this save.
You are sensing some danger right now.
You sensed
Woo!
it real good.
Ooh.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Okay. Nice. So all of you take 4 cold damage, and Haskell, you don't take any because the stew is warming your bones.
Woohoo! Does Stu Drinker still take half on a nat 20?
Yes.
You saw most of the danger.
Yeah, most of it. Enough to steal yourself. Okay, Mooneye.
I am going to. Maiden, we need the strength of your light, and I'm gonna shoot a guiding bolt at the first thing we saw,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put it at a 3rd level.
Oh, 23. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that you had rolled. That definitely hits.
And I got to add on 2 more d8s.
Dang, those huge rolls.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So 12 damage and then 14 damage? Okay.
Total. Yeah. 26. Radiant.
Nice. Any hero points being used? Do we have anybody who increases damage? No, that's just Quill and her
I
spells,
can
right?
only increase my own damage, unfortunately, or else I would.
And
No
I
worries.
will it also, if anybody attacks it, you have advantage. Whoever does the next attack.
Yeah,
you
the next attack on
Nice.
it. All right, are you moving?
Yes.
Okay, you can do that. And Stew Drinker, you are up.
Okay. Stew Drinker is going to move up next to Quill and enter a rage and recklessly swing at this ice thing.
Okay.
So
I love it when Stew Drinker rages. Because he's so nice and sweet, and then he goes, bah!
It's like as he's bounding forward, this again the bear aspect appears behind him, and you see his face gnarled in fury, and recklessly that'll be a with chat 21 to hit the ice thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Okay. 18 points of damage, 2 of
Wow.
which are fire.
You guys are rolling like fire, no pun intended.
Yeah.
You have a sword, right?
Yes.
Okay. Very good.
oh, crap.
And that'll be it for Stew Drinker.
Okay. Nice. Okay. Haskell.
Okay, Haskell is going to come running over here with his icicle. Gonna flank himself because it ain't no thing here, and gonna attack this undead thing. Just
Okay.
gonna run up and I'm gonna cut at it.
Okay.
And I get advantage because of guiding bolt. Yeah,
Yes.
wonderful. Advantage on the icicle.
I forget all the D4s. It's like so many dice, and it's not
16.
like that much. Yeah, 16 hits.
And I'm going to spend a bardic performance to do psychic scream or psychic, whatever it is. I've been having them scream, so that's what it is in my head now. 2d6 more. So that's going to be 3 slashing, 6 cold, and 8 psychic damage.
Nice.
So 17 total.
Okay. And this, yeah, he does, his eyes go purple and his frostbitten lips separate, and he just lets out this howl that echoes across the tundra.
Okay. And he's still alive.
Still alive.
I am now afraid. That's my turn.
Quill, you're up.
Okay, so can you remind me, if I cast a spell within melee range, do I provoke an op attack in 5e?
No, but if it's a ranged spell, you have disadvantage to hit.
Okay, so I'm just gonna move and take the op.
Okay.
So 5. Go ahead and get me.
He will try.
It's going to kill you with its nose, probably.
I know,
But
right?
nat 20.
Yep, I felt that coming. Okay.
It's okay. He's kind of a wimpy boy. Unless, watch, I'll roll like crazy max damage on this.
Don't
Plus.
scare me like that.
So you're taking this much damage. 14.
Oof.
Oof.
Okay.
And he reaches out with his icy claws and slashes at you.
How are you
Okay.
doing, Quill?
So that doesn't stop me, right?
Nope.
I can still finish my movement.
Mhm.
Okay, so she like tried to back up, and she kind of gasps a sharp like cry as like he slices her, but she'll finish staggering away. I should have just. I'm an idiot. That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna do another chaos bolt, but I'm gonna do it at a higher level. I'm gonna cast it at a 3rd level spell slot.
I'm so scared.
I'm so scared as well. This is fine. Don't worry about it. She has to prove that she's not a nature killer.
She's like on her 5th strike here.
12. I'm gonna use a hero point to re-roll
Okay.
because I don't think a 14 is gonna hit.
Let's see. Are you gonna use your hero point or see if it hits, basically?
I'll use a hero point if it. Yeah.
Oh wait, hang on. 14 with the chat affirmation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will hit actually.
Would it hit? Okay, but would it?
Are
hit...
you aiming? Who are you aiming for?
So I'm using twin spell. I'm using a sorcery point to get both of them.
It will hit both. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Ignore my secondary roll then.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. So basically the way this looks, she goes up again, reaches for the sky. She's very, very, very focused because she doesn't want Haskell to say something snarky again. And she puts a hand out and boom, she'll expend a, like, it, I feel like it like glows up in her eyes. What did I roll for my, I rolled an 8 and a 3. I'll do another thunder damage again. And it's going to come out like 2 big cones, and it's going to hit one the ice misfit and one's going to hit the other dude. And it's 14 damage. I'm going to spend a hero point to increase it by 50%, so it's going to do 21 damage to both.
21.
Haskell's gonna yelp as this magic goes right over his head between the two. God's quill.
All right.
But did any of them die?
Yeah, this ice thing is gonna explode. So
Good luck.
Each creature. Okay. So Haskell and Stew Drinker need to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
I'm trying. I'll get there. Here it is.
16 with chat.
Ooh.
19 with chat.
Nice.
All right, you guys both take 1 cold damage. No, what, slashing cold? I don't know. It's something. I guess it's relevant for Stew Drinker, isn't it? Let's see. It is slashing damage, Stew.
Okay.
Ouch.
Sweet.
Although I guess you still probably take minimum. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but that thing explodes into an icy whirlwind. And now it is his turn. Okie doke. So he has a flail as well and turns to Haskell.
Yeah,
Oh,
come
no.
and get me.
No, don't say that. I said that and then she hit me for a boatload.
24 to hit.
I want to make it re-roll.
Okay.
That is far too heavy for you. Your arm's going to fall off.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. This one. 22.
Yeah, that's gonna still hit me.
Okay, so he swings, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Aw, that's my worst one. No, it's not.
On Haskell.
16?
Terrible.
16. Okay, you save. But you take 5 damage.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be way worse.
Well, he's not done yet.
Oh,
Oh, your instincts were correct, friend.
17 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead and make me another Constitution saving throw.
Uh-huh. Constitution.
You're taking another 5 damage.
19.
Okay. You save. And one more
Take another
time.
5 damage, you said?
Yes.
He's getting 3 attacks.
Yep.
Ooh.
He I believe he misses the last one.
Don't be so sure.
It's a 7.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Wait, I have one villain point left. I want to hit Haskell, so I'm gonna use it and reroll.
No.
Come at me.
21. There it is. Make
Yep.
one more
3 for
Constitution saving
3.
throw. I want to get you to fail this. Dang it.
Can't
I'll
fail, won't fail. Reroll. I'm using my last hero point. Can't let Tori have her way. Ah, 17-19.
All right, chat has seen fit for you to survive this, but narratively, he hits you with this weapon of black glass, black ice, and it's just like it's just regular bludgeoning damage. It's not doing any kind of crazy damage. Oh, there's 11 damage at the end on that third hit.
Oh, is that all?
My gosh.
Yeah.
Casual afterthought.
Yes. But each time you get hit, you feel like it feels not right. Something about it just doesn't. It just like doesn't feel right to your soul.
This thing is cursed. Kill it, stew drinker.
And
All right.
now it is
Spits
Moon Eye's
blood
turn.
into the snow.
All right. Moon Eye's gonna move here. Actually, yeah, I'll trust that you guys can help it. I'll move there. Gonna cast the Loving Look of the Maiden for myself. Lady of the Moon, bring your peace upon our bodies and souls. Which means I can heal 2d6 to anybody. So who's in worse shape?
Get
Quill?
I have a solution for myself.
Okay. Man, not much. Quill, you get 4 back.
Thank you.
But I can do that as a bonus action for the next 10 rounds.
That's
Nice.
pretty cool.
Okay.
Mhm.
Stew drinker, you are up.
All right. Stew Drinker is going to move forward. And I forgot last time, but with my level up, I actually get to attack twice. So here
And
we go.
he kind of swung at Haskell, you would say, quite recklessly. So you have
Great.
advantage.
I don't like being on that end of stew drinker's thing.
Excellent. So, raging, and here goes that first swing with advantage. That's a 22 to hit.
Ooh.
That hits.
Okay. That'll be 15 damage for the first swing.
Okay.
And then for the second swing, 26 to hit.
Thanks for the raid, Diesel Shot. Good to see you guys. Welcome,
Woohoo!
welcome.
Let's get some hype in chat.
Hey, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Woo! How do you
That'll
do
be-
it, Stu?
Just in time for the killing blow.
Right. Stew Drinker, seeing it wailing away at Haskell and pouring everything into just offense, leaving all these openings. Stew Drinker slides up and just takes 2 big swings of his great sword, just pouring everything into as much power as possible, realizing it'll be an easy foe to hit, and just cleaves it in half twice.
And he falls to the snow, blood staining the white around your feet. And things go quiet again, except you see that thing he was dragging behind him, which I don't have on the map, but we'll say it's just kind of over here. You see movement from it. It appears to be a large sack.
Can I narrate a quick thing with the Chewinga story?
Sure.
Haskell's looking all bloody and beaten up, and his little heart charm is gonna glow. And Chewingas are gonna go hop up on his shoulders and like pat him on the face. They're gonna like feed him this little thermos of liquid. And I'm using my moderate blessing perk here to fully recover my hit points.
Nice. And then they all dive off your shoulders back into the snow and just disappear.
Yes, love it.
Okay. So there's a moving bag over here, and I'll just take this guy off because he just kind of goes into ice. But the body of the warrior, and we
I
are
think
out
this
of
is your
initiative.
time to be a hero, Stew Drinker. I think there's someone in that sack.
And I'd say maybe as Haskell says that, Stew Drinker is still trying to calm down from the rage. So he like, when he turns his face towards Haskell, it's still kind of gnarled in fury for a second before he just takes a moment and says, all right. That's a good point. Thanks, Haskell.
You're much more frightening when you're angry. He's gonna pat him on the back of the calf because that's all he can reach. I'm gonna go over here and heal Quill while Stew Drinker checks that out.
Will
I
is
still
like,
have my.
Go ahead.
I have a quick question. I still have that aura up. It lasts for a minute. Can I do a few healing rolls on Quill?
Sure.
Oh, is it for like a number of rounds?
Yeah, it lasts for a whole
Oh,
minute.
That's so cool.
Sweet.
Never
So
mind,
I'll roll 46, which is like 2 rounds of it.
That would top me off.
All right.
Hey.
Quill is kneeling down in the snow as you approach Haskell, and there's the little Chewinga hands rising up from the snow, and she accepts like a little ice cookie. I got another one. Isn't it adorable?
Yes, they're very generous today. It's because they know you're not a devil now.
You're the one who was putting the devil thoughts in their head.
Of course I was. They need to be on the lookout.
And she'll approach Mooneye. Thank you for the gift of your healing. And she'll hold up the little ice cookie. I gave your brother a present today. It seems only just I give you one as well.
Please keep that present from the little ones. I have one already.
Ah,
Matching cookies.
tink.
Oh, wait. Okay, Stu, you walk up to the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just
Absolutely.
tied. It looks body-sized.
I'm gonna open it.
And you see a disheveled woman inside. She has a bear skin on, and she looks nomadic. She's not dressed like a townsfolk. And she scrambles out, scrambles out of the bag, and then immediately gets up into like a fighting stance, her hands up. And she says, "Who are you?"
I'll set my greatsword down and say, "It's okay. We took care of the one who was dragging you."
She looks around, and her eyes fall on Quill and Haskell. And Quill, you recognize this woman as Eska, the one that you guys temporarily housed in your igloo before during the blizzard, and she gave you the cairn stones.
Eska. And is she wearing a bear skin?
Yeah, like
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
like bear tribe
Okay, perfect.
stuff. She's also the one who originally told you about members of her tribe going AWOL, basically.
I hurry forward. Was that one of your tribe members? I am so sorry. We had to kill him.
She looks around at the body and just kind of spits in the snow and says, "He was no longer with us. I was trying to track them down, eliminate the problem, but I'm afraid they got to me first.
I am so sorry.
Seems this is the second time you have saved my life." And she'll
You
hold
said
out a
we
hand.
You said we should part ways last time. Look
I
what
wave a
happened.
hand at Haskell. And I'll take her hand and I'll shake it happily. It is my pleasure, of course. I am merely happy that we got here in time.
Haskell's swinging the flail around in the background, testing it out.
She immediately looks up and screams at you, "You drop that right now! Do not touch that!" And she starts storming up to you.
He's gonna clutch it to his chest. Why?
"It is cursed. It will drive you mad. Did you not see what he became?" And she's gonna try to snatch it out of your hands.
He'll let her take it. All right.
She just like grabs it and throws it onto the snow immediately. "Do you want to become like him?" And she motions down to the frostbitten, chopped in half man bleeding in the snow.
I don't think that's what did it. Are you sure?
"I saw it with my own eyes. These weapons, these cursed tools, they drove them mad. Every single one of them. That is what happened. They found these, and they were never the same."
Can I cast
I
a
have
first level?
heard of these curse tools before.
Can I do a first level detect magic on it?
Yes. Also, my wonderful partner asking if I want Taco Bell in the chat.
I was just thinking that Taco Bell sounded good.
Probably because I missed all the texts. Yes, please.
They were talking about earlier the cauldron could make unlimited Taco
That's
Bell.
true. I
Man.
thought I was like, is that why they're bringing it up? And yeah, okay,
Not
cool.
a sponsor.
Yeah, not a sponsor. Oh, he says sorry he can't bring you any Chase. Maybe next
Aw,
time.
That's okay.
You want to detect magic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You
This
need me to
tells.
drop that in chat?
Yeah, that'd be great. I always
Let
forget
me-
the precise rules of this
I always
one.
get 5e and 2e detect magic mixed up. There it is.
Okay.
I can do it for 10
presence.
minutes? What? Changes everything.
Okay, so you're doing it on the weapons?
Yeah.
Because there was a javelin that he threw and a flail, just
Yeah,
so
I'll
you know.
check. I'll check both of them since I can do it for 10 minutes.
Mhm. Yes, they both give off magic. If you're just kind of doing it around, you also detect magic coming from Quill. That seems to be of a similar nature. They don't belong to a school of magic, like, a classic wizard school of magic that you would recognize.
Can I do a knowledge check to see like if I would think that was a reasonable assessment or if I think that's a superstition? Like what she's saying? Because now he knows there's a
that the
magical...
weapons. Yeah, I see. Yes, you can. Let me look this up super quick. But you can go ahead and make a Arcana check or religion, either one of those.
Well, I would like the religion, so I'll just count that as 2 higher.
That's
18.
fine. Okay.
20 with chat.
20 with chat. Very nice. Okay, this is what I want. Da, da, da. Okay. You aren't getting a school of magic, like I said, but you're picking up that these seem all three of the auras that you're getting, the 2 weapons and then whatever Quill has, is desecrated.
Desecrated. Okay. He's going to take magic on it, think about it for a minute, and he's going to spit on it. Thank you for telling me about that.
I told you back at the igloo the first time we spoke. Did you forget?
You were talking about drugs.
I was speaking of black ice, and she motions down to the weapon at her feet.
Why didn't you say it was the weapon sort?
She looks at Quill.
Quill, I've sensed some of this filth coming off of you.
Off of me? And she'll like pat herself down.
Do you still have that amulet?
No, I picked up a different amulet. I used it to talk to... I forgot my girlfriend's name.
Avarice.
Avarice.
Don't touch it. Take it off.
I'm not wearing it.
Haskell's gonna narrow his eyes.
It's in my pouch. Am I okay to touch it?
If it's in your pouch, I suppose that is fine. Be careful using that.
I do not even use it. It has only been as a badge for trickery purposes. Do I need to roll a deception?
Yeah.
Oh no, you had him off your trail, Quill.
I know! Oh, that's so bad. I'm using my last hero point. Oh!
Dang
24,
it! Why do you always
Good roll.
roll so good?
26. There we go.
All right. I got a 15.
Okay. Did you have an amulet before? Another
No.
one?
It is a long story. And you look quite cold. Would you like to sit in our sled?
I do not know. A sled will be much warmer. I should probably start heading back. And she'll start searching the body. And removing like the really tattered bear skin.
That makes
Are
sense.
you a good fighter?
I do what I can.
Perhaps you should join us in retaking your home then. That is what we are off to do.
My home is wherever we set up camp.
We're taking back a cave.
What does that have to do with the bear tribe?
He's gonna look back at Quill. So many people are asking us favors. I can't keep track of them anymore. Why are we clearing this cave?
Well, our friends who live in the cave said that there were people like this, and she gestures to the person that they have killed, have been attacking them. So it is somewhat related. We will be killing fighters like this.
It is where they go. It is where they are hiding?
Yes, that is my understanding. They have driven our friends from their cave.
If we can wipe them out. They've been taking people from the bear tribe ever since they acquired these weapons, sacrificing them to Oriel. They've become a true bane to our tribe's survival. If we can eliminate them and make sure that no one finds these weapons again, that would be a miracle.
Can you turn into a bear?
No. But
That's
I've met those who
disappointing.
can. We revere the great bears of the tundra in my tribe. I do not know the way to this cave. And as she's searching the body, she pulls off the bear cloak and then touches his hand and raises it up toward you, Haskell. Oh, I guess you would have picked this up. Sorry, I forgot to mention it earlier. But she'll hold it up to you now, and you see like a blue crystalline ring on this guy's finger, and she says, "Do you know what this is?"
I'm gonna go run up and take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was me.
Hopefully
As soon as
it's
you
not
take
cursed.
it, as soon as you take it, and Moon Eye says that, you are all teleported to a different location,
Oh,
and that is where we'll stop.
No!
I did it, guys.
You are no longer allowed to touch anything.
Don't hold a shiny up at me.
Oh
I was
no!
holding a magic up at you, and then you took it. Yeah, that's a good cliffhanger, though. You guys get teleported to another location. We'll pick up right there.
Oh no, the
Next
secondary
time.
location.
Don't go to the secondary location.
No way you're taking me to secondary location.
Awesome, you guys. That was a fun, wild ride, as it always is.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat, as always, for tuning in. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for people who stuck around all night. Thanks for the villain points, the hero points, all the stuff going down. Drow, I will have a taco for you. Actually, it's probably going to be more Crunchwrap Supreme. So hopefully that's also acceptable.
All right, that's
in
it. I'm
your
ordering
eyes.
Taco Bell.
Late night Taco Bell run. So yes, I will go enjoy that. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your evening. We will, of course, be back next week as always, but importantly, we're starting up a brand new show tomorrow night. Chase, do you want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, we're gonna be starting up a 3-month-ish, I think, campaign of Black Void. We're playing through their campaign called Those Who Would Be Gods. So I'm estimating it's about 3 months. It's going to be in our Treasure Hunters off season. Black Void is like an Eldritch, not really Elder Core. It's like a esoteric, dark fantasy type game where humanity was all kind of wiped out from these black voids that started appearing on Earth. And then humanity ended up somewhere else in the cosmos where they were kind of the bottom of the food chain, and they're trying to find their place in the world with all these strange creatures.
Place in the universe.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's it looks pretty neat. Yeah, we're gonna be starting that tomorrow. So
Yeah, so come join us. That'll fill the gap in all of our hearts until Tabletop Treasure Hunters starts back up. So tune in for that. We will have some level 1 geek people playing as cast members. So come back tomorrow night. That's at 7:30 tomorrow, right?
7:30.
Very good.
I'm very excited about this character.
Yes, Em is playing, as well as some of our other good friends. So it'll be super fun. All right. On that, if you'd like to support our channel, you can follow and subscribe here. You can also go to YouTube. We're making a push right now to get more subscribers on YouTube. If you want to catch up on this show and others, you can catch our videos there. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Or you can show your support by purchasing dice and accessories from one of our affiliate partners who are all linked down below. After all, if you're going to help us, you might as well get some super cool math rocks out of it. You will also find our Patreon link down below if you so desire to join our Patreons and give out free blessings every session.
They're lifesavers.
Yes, they literally are.
Literally.
If you are already doing one or all of these things, we thank you so much. Your support means the world to us, and we love hanging out with you guys and love hearing from you how much you enjoy this. So it means the world. Thanks a bunch. Now, go take a long rest. Do not pick up magical shiny objects, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.